Hey, everybody, welcome to Psychic Medium Toni Greene. I am Psychic Medium Toni Greene. Yes. Okay, so we are going to get going right away with the show. Um, and I want to start by saying I will be taking callers. If you would like to call in, the call in number is 845-277-9131. You can call in and ask questions about life, love, career, finances, any aspect of your life at all, and you or you can ask about loved ones on the other side. If you would like to connect with a loved one on the other side, I just need their first name and their relationship to you, and then if you have a specific question, that question, otherwise connecting with them and giving you a message from them. The camera looks a little grainy. I almost want to clean it, so should I clean it? Yeah, I think I'm going to clean the camera. So I'm sorry for everybody watching. It's just going to take a second. Here we go. Do, 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 do. That make it better? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the camera. Maybe it's just a grainy connection today. Okay. Um, Alrighty, so I will be taking callers, answering questions, and on YouTube, if you're joining us live on YouTube, I will be answering questions in the chat for everybody in the chat also. All right, there we go. I think that's everything. I'll never reach out to you on social media. If somebody reaches out to you on social media, give them a test question. Ask them, do I do text messages? The answer is always no. Email messages, bigger no. I don't want to know anybody to know how sloppy my emails and how dyslexic I am. So yeah, solid no on those. Solid no. Um, let's see. Songs of the day. Songs. Okay, the songs are, this could be a song from someone on the other side to you, from a song you loved, they loved, you listened to together. Um, the first song coming through, I can't even finish saying this. It's an older song. I think it's a country song. It goes, "You are always on my mind." I'm not singing this on beat or in tune. We are aware. You are always on my mind. But if you know, you know. If you know that song, you're just gonna go, yeah, I know that song. That's my song. That's my message. Um, the song could also answer a question. See, that person didn't even let me finish explaining the whole song thing and had to come through and be like, somebody up there is either acknowledging that they are always on your mind, or you are still always on their mind. They are always with you. The next song that I'm hearing is, I think I've heard this one before. I don't even know. It's coming through again. Come a chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Apparently, I can't dance to that song either. I don't think anybody can. Um, that song is next. And then anything Michael Jackson. Somebody up there just said anything Michael Jackson, they're going to know it's me. Anything Michael Jackson. And then I hear do, 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 do. I think that's Billie Jean. Billie Jean is not my love. Yeah, do. I think so, yeah. And then Thriller. All right. Anything Michael Jackson. And then the next song, aw, this one is like bittersweet. It makes me so happy, but I know it was for a child. So I'm really sad. Um, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, which to me is a song because we wouldn't just say it, we would sing it. Um, so yeah, that song is bittersweet. It is. Okay, and then the next song, I think it's Frank Sinatra. Um, Something about the moon. The song has something about the maybe it is Frank Sinatra. Oh God, this is such an old song. Um, I'm gonna try to remember to come back to this song because I can't even get the words to it. And then the way you look tonight. And that's it's not a newer song, it's an older song, The Way You Look Tonight. A really older song, they're saying. Okay. And then the names, these could be people on the other side. It could be their name, or they could be saying your name. So, however that works is how that's going to work. If it's your name, then somebody from the other side is saying they love you and hello from heaven. If it's their name, again, pretty much the same message. So, the first name that I'm getting is John, Jonathan, or Jay. Like maybe they John, Jonathan, maybe some people just use the first initial J. And then again, I'm going to say J could be a completely different name because they're all bombarding me with it. This is like there's a full house. There is a straight up full house here today, and they are not being polite. They are like coming in over each other. Yes, fly me to the moon, Frank Sinatra. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fly me to. Yes, and I cannot dance to that either. So there. Um, thank you, Jay. Okay, and then okay, so Mary, there's a Mary, and then there's Elizabeth. This is a weird Chachi. I know that's from like that movie. That TV like, Chachi was that Happy Days or something like that? Well, somebody else is named Chachi apparently, Chachi, or a nickname. It could be a nickname also. And then the next name that I'm hearing, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say that name. Maringelo? M Yeah, I'm not gonna respell it, that's it, that's what I'm seeing. So if that's your name, oh, they did a lot to get that through for you. If that's their name or your name, they did a lot to get that through for you. And then the next, I can't say it. Even now that I've spelled it, I'd have to write it out and try to say it. Maringello? Maringello? I don't know, I'm trying. I need to stop. I need to move on to more names. The next name that I'm hearing is, um, there's a Brian, there's a Chris or Christopher, there's a Laura. And with Laura, I hear, chameleon. You come and go. Um, um, And then there is okay, I'll focus. Heather, there's a Heather, for Heather, from Heather, for Heather, for from Heather. And then there's so you would not believe the number of names that they're all saying them at once and I can't even get through to them right now. Oh my goodness. I'm going to ask them to slow down. There's a Joseph, and I'm only taking one more, so please, we have to get on with the show. We could do this all day. I could just be telling you names all day. Okay, okay, thank you for reminding me. So last night while I was in bed, yes, this is what happens to me in bed. Yep, it's not what you think. Somebody was showing me something, and it's a little sad, so this might be sensitive for some people. Someone who died in a fire wants you to know that they are okay. They so just whoever that's for, someone who died in a fire wants you to know that they are okay. their home. And then I'm hearing the song Sweet Home Alabama, which it doesn't have to mean they were from Alabama. It just means their home. Okay? Oh, okay, I want to say hi to everybody joining me on YouTube. So we have Terry, we have Jay Francis, K's J, KSJ, Margaret, welcome to the show. KSJ, welcome to the show. Jay Francis, Eric Clapton, beautiful tonight. Oh, thank you. Jay Francis is coming in with all the titles to all the songs. Thank you. Oh, Jessica. Hey, Jessica. Um, and Heather, how are you? I want to make sure Amy is here. I want to make sure Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. Terry asked me a question prior to the show. And when was a man going to be coming in for a real, I'm assuming for a long-term relationship? And I hear June. I'm hoping it's this June and not next June. I do feel like several people are going to be coming in, but I also feel like you need to be out and about every single chance you get, because you are going to meet this person organically in an outside setting where there are several people, and you just have to have your not like those gawker eyes on people, but be looking around and open to conversation with people. If you're Terry, if you're stuck in a conversation with someone you don't want to be, like you're not really interested in, move on, because that stuck conversation might be preventing the right one from walking up to you. So this happens, and it's part of the reason I really don't like just going to the bar. It's part of the reason. Sometimes just because somebody sees you and it's a bar, and I don't want to sound like a biatch when I say this, but just because somebody's in a public place, it doesn't mean you can entrap them and like hold them hostage to conversation. Okay. So sometimes someone will walk up to you and maybe they've had one or 20 too many, and they just start talking to you, and they're not looking at your body language or catching your social cues, that you're not even looking at them. Now you have your back turned to them, but you're trapped in a seat and cannot get away from this person. Just excuse yourself, go to the bathroom, and land someplace else. Just land someplace completely different. Um, that does happen a lot to people. Sometimes when people drink, they don't realize that, you know, they're being uninvited and awkward. I don't know what the appropriate words are for that. I really don't, but I just said it. I just said it. There it is. And all my girlies and some guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Put a hands up if you do. Um, and if you're kind of a nice person, you don't want to be rude. And if somebody's had too much to drink, you don't want to offend them because you don't know how they react when they've been drinking. So one of the things I'm going to say is just excuse yourself, walk away for a moment, and then, don't get trapped in conversation, Terry, because I feel like this person is you're gonna meet this person in a public place. There's going to be a lot of people. Be like that. So be like walking around saying hi to other people, or allowing people, several different people, to come in. I feel like it's gonna be mid-June. And hopefully this is this year. Okay, I'm hoping that for you. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Heather. Heather wants to know what's her song for the date, and her song for the date is it's I want to fly. Fly. It's Lenny Kravitz. I think that's Lenny Kravitz. I want to fly away. But it doesn't sound anything like that. But if I sing it, it will still not sound anything like this song. Ah, I can hear the words, like, vaguely hear the words in my head. Oh, I think you know what I'm talking about, Heather. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Um, oh, thank you for watching me while you're at volleyball camp with your daughter. Thank you, Patrick. Yes, everybody listen to Patrick and do that. Help the show out if you can. Okay, if you want to join the show live every Monday and every Wednesday, I go on noon um Central Time. You can join on YouTube. You can call in 845-277-9131, and I will take your calls. I will answer your questions. And here we go. If you have a question, please put it in the comments. And if you're on YouTube, and I will try to get to that question. Right now, I'm going to go to the first caller, who is 724-724. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Shay. I'm calling from Pennsylvania. I actually called Monday. I got in at the very end of the show, and you told me to make sure I call back on Wednesday.
Okay.
So here I am.
Okay, Shay, what was your question that you had on Monday? Did that resolve, and do you have a new question? Or do you have a new question?
No, it's the same. Like I said, I got in with like 55 seconds left.
Okay.
I had called with to see what you could pick up on my romantic friend, if at all anything.
And okay, so I'm sorry, you guys, when I channel, as soon as the conversation ends, the information is gone. So I'm going to try to pick, I don't want to repeat what I said. Is this somebody who is already a friend of yours? Or somebody coming in?
No, there's nobody
Okay,
in my life.
Okay, so somebody coming in. Okay, give me a second, Shay. Okay, Shay, first and foremost, there's someone here from the other side for you. It's an older woman. It's an older woman who became thinner as she became older. So I'm guessing this is grandmom on either side. It could be mom, but I think it feels more like a grandmom because she's like, the way it works in my vision. Sometimes grandma steps right up, and no matter who else is over there, grandma's in my face, but she stepped back a little bit. So I think it's second or third generation grandmom. But anyway, she's up there and she's coming through, and the first thing she wants to say, and as she, okay, I think I said this already, but as she aged, she may have lost some muscle mass and some weight. You know, some people, as they get to a certain point, they start to shrink a little bit. I feel like she did. But then there's another one here. Another. I'm sorry, love.
I believe that's my father's mother. Go ahead.
Okay. And then there's another one here who was a little bit fuller. Now she seems like she passed a little younger. This could be auntie, mom. This could be, this person seems like I'm seeing them younger than I'm seeing your grandmother. Now the person I'm seeing younger is like right here. And if you're not watching me, behind my right shoulder. And this person was a little bit fuller or more robust and had a more vocal, like was more louder, or like would be not talked loud, but would speak their mind very freely and be very, say what they thought without thinking twice. And again, it could be they could have passed. I'm going to tell everybody, I'm just going to interrupt this. We're going to interrupt this channeling for a message. We're going to interrupt the message for a message. When people go to the other side, they may show up looking how they looked when they passed to identify for you. Now, I'm also going to say that's not how they look at the other side. They always show up at the best age that they were. Like my mom doesn't show up at 74 unless she's in my dreams. When I see my mama in my living room, she shows up like she was like at 35 to 40. So that's the age I see her. That's when I remember her being her strongest and her really in her element. Okay. Now, the person behind me seems like she would be a little younger. Okay, we've covered that. Let's get on with the message. They both want to say to you, they're not letting it's so funny because if you're watching me like the fist is pounding and they're like, we're not letting.
That sounded on the second lady, but the first lady is definitely my father's mother, I believe. That is was my Baba.
Okay. And the second lady may be a grandmother also, but she's just presenting as younger, but she may have passed older. So please don't let that my saying aunt or mom or whatever, she could still be a grandmother, or she could be your one of your grandmother's sisters or something like that. But here's the message that's really important. And I know they're saying you're going to realize who the second woman is, and they're going, in a minute, I'm going to eat a. So they're saying you're going to shortly, maybe after the show, you're going to realize who the second woman is. Um, and then they're saying heart attack. So I don't know if that's it, but I want to get away from the descriptors and I want to get into the message. So they're like pounding.
Yes.
One of them is pounding their hand, and I feel like it would be this other, not the grandma, because she just like spoke with okay. The message is, we're not letting another player, shyster, game mongering mofro into your life. So if it takes a minute for somebody to come in, let that minute breathe. Just breathe through that minute, because what they are doing right now is they are making sure you are prepared and you are in the right place for this person coming through, and that this person is the right person, because there comes a point where it's just time to be done with dumb. It's time to be Jesus. Oh, it's time to be done with. It's just time to move on to like a mature relationship where both people are really ready for that commitment. And there are no games being played. And you're gonna get you're gonna have someone come in possibly as soon as tomorrow or within the week. And it's not the I feel like it's not the first person coming through. I feel like you're the person that's going to come through. You're going to know it's the right person by the tone in their voice. They're going to be more like your mm, I want to say more like your grandmother, where they're just very, you don't catch any vibe off of them that they are anything than serious and honest. They're going to say some, oh, okay, thank you, Grandma. They're going to say something to you that would have come out of your grandmother's mouth, literally, like a statement she used to say or a way she used to say something. And that's going to be how you can know this is the person. They're going to not want to, uh, they're just past all of the BS. Okay. They're just past all of the BS and they're ready for something a little bit more serious. Oh, very serious. They're ready for something very serious, and they're mature. That's the word they're trying to get through my head. Mature. They're a mature person, and they don't bring chaos or games or any of that. You're going to know how they feel because they're going to speak their truth, and they're going to, and it doesn't have to be that, oh my God, I'm so in love with you. Because sometimes that's not even real, but they're going to be like, when they
Right.
say something, it's going to be so genuine and you're going to know it. But the way you're going to know for sure is something that comes out of their mouth is going to either be something that your grandmother would say or something how she would say it. It's good. You're gonna you're gonna go just do like almost a double take of, oh my gosh, that sounded just like my grandma, or that's something my grandma would. It's however that comes out. That's how you're going to know. Whew. Okay. Okay, I think I got, and they love you and they're watching, and the people who come in before this person who are not it, they're going to make sure there's some kind
Mhm.
of chaos, or the person that comes, they're going to make sure they're going to put a flag on the play right away so that you are and walk away, and that you're strong enough to walk away. Don't Here's the thing, we're not 16, and I'm going to say this for you and every other person listening. When we see that thing, even if it's a small thing, and we think, oh well, maybe that's
Mhm.
not that big of a deal, maybe that's not this, maybe that's not that. No, it is. And for all us girlies out here who think we can change a man and heal him, and just if we just love them enough, do you not think their own mama didn't think that? Do you not think the last girl, two
Definitely.
girls, three, four, five girls they dated felt that? Do you not think every
Most
person that they
definitely.
have dogged down didn't think, well, he might change? The only thing that changed was the girlie who became
Mhm.
sad and hurt and conflicted and tried to figure out, I'm being so good to him. Why is he so bad to me? Because he's a stray dog and he needs to go to the pound.
Right.
He just needs to be pounded.
Right.
Okay. You are not a master. You are not the dog whisperer. You are not going to change any of these dogs in the street at this point. Let them be for the streets with the girlies for the streets. Let them all have each other. Uh huh. Uh huh. And you find somebody that wants to be a domesticated little puppy. Okay. There are men out there that are such good men. Oh my God. I know there are tons of good. I could name like 5 good men right now, really good men that want a legit, serious relationship. Easy, easy breezy, no games, no nothing. I could name 5, easy peasy. And when you're in that place where you are there too, they should come in, but you might get a test first. Now, I'm saying, as soon, Shay, as soon as you see a flag, as soon as you even have to think about making an excuse or justification, kick them to the curb and keep driving. Don't worry, another car will come along and pick them up quickly. They won't be straggling out there in the sun very long, okay? And I'm going to say this, sometimes we
Okay.
meet somebody
Sure.
and we really like somebody, but we don't like certain aspects of them, and we don't like certain aspects of the relationship. Let it go, because that's a sign that this is not your person, and that there is a person out there that you will meet someone that is a good person that wants the same things you do. And I'm also going to say this, don't hold on to this person until you get this person, because a good person won't interrupt something you have going on. They won't be that third
Mhm.
party, because they're a respectful person with character. And they're not going to come in and say,
Right.
I know you're with a man, but I'm going to double you down. Who wants to share a bun? Nobody wants to share a bun. Nobody wants to
Cool.
share a hot dog. Not no good
Uh,
person does not. No good, solid person with character and self respect is going to be sharing hot dogs and buns. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So if you're with somebody and you know it's not them, just cut it now, move on, and let that other person come in. Okay? Because a good man or woman with character and respect isn't going to try to take you from somebody and is not going to be okay being that spare wheel. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for you, Shay. Okay. I hope this was helpful, love.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You are so welcome. You have an amazing rest of the day, okay?
You as well.
Thank you. Okay, in a second, I'm going to go to the second caller who is 631. Right now, I'm going to look at some of the things. Yeah, that's it. I want to get away. I want to fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the Lenny Kravitz song for you, Heather. KSJ, when will when will I be loved? As in always single. There's a tune and lyric for everything. Okay, why was I referred here? Because Tony uses songs. Thanks, KS. Okay, yes. Every spirit comes through strong in song for me. Somebody actually complained about that because I can't sing, and I'm very. Listen, I know I can't sing. I know my voice, my tune, my beats, they are so off, but that's the one spot I can say I have a ton of humility because if the spirit tells me to do it, I am doing it, and I am, no matter how bad I know it sounds, I'll do it for spirit because I know the person who's intended to get it will know it. So I'm going to go to 631. 631. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Rose. I'm calling from Long Island.
Hey, Rose, how can I help you today?
I just wondered if I have any message from a loved one. I guess I'll do that.
Okay, please pick at least pick a loved one so that I can focus in on one person to start with. I just need the name and the relationship, first name and relationship.
All right. Francis, and that's my mother.
Okay. Okay, instantly instantly she is right here. She was, please let me know I have the right energy. There she's not alone. First of all, she wants you to know I'm not alone. She was a bit feisty and she had this thing about her. I feel like she used her hand to talk a lot. I feel like if this is her, I feel like
oh yeah.
And I do feel like I don't know, because I see people like this big. If you're not watching, it's like, I think that's an inch. I don't know, maybe in 2 inches. I don't know what it's like this big. I see people very small, but it seems like she wasn't really tall. She might have been, like normal size for like a whatever. Anyway, her first message for you is she is saying that okay. Francis, what do you want to say? Yeah, there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming through, and I'm trying to get it into like a legible message, because it's just all little words or statements that are coming through.
Right.
There's a guy with her who is an older, I feel like it was her father, probably. And then there are other people behind her. And when I say her father, it could have been her husband or your dad. I don't know. It's just a male that's with her that had a bigger stature, like a more solid build than her, very solid build. Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing is Scorpio. I don't know why I'm hearing Scorpio, but I'm going to say Scorpio. That could have been somebody's sign, your sign, their sign. I don't know. Scorpio is maybe the man who is with her. I don't know. I just hear Scorpio. And then the next thing that she wants to tell you is it's a song. It's like moving on. Something about you have to keep moving on. You have to keep going. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to keep g- uh, g- don't slow down or don't stop. You just have to keep moving forward. And don't let anything
Okay.
ain't gonna let anything slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep up. It's the second song coming through. So just keep moving, keep going. Don't pause. Don't even think I need a break. Right now is not the time to take a break. Right now is the time to just keep pushing, because it is going to pay off. You are going to get your dividends. You are going to see those rewards. So whatever you do, don't hold back, and don't feel like it's not going any place, because it's going every place, is the message that I'm getting. And I do feel like you are going to need to, breathe, take that moment to breathe, but don't give up and don't give in. And that's the message that she has
Oh,
for you.
okay.
I hope that makes sense, love.
Yeah, it does very much. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Your time.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for calling in. I'm so grateful I was able to help you. I hope that call back
Yeah.
anytime, and we can connect with other people, or you can ask questions. Okay, love?
Okay, thank you. I
You
appreciate it.
you are welcome. If you'd like to call in and ask a question, the call in number is 845-277-9131. If you're joining us on YouTube and you have a question, please, by all means, put it into the chat, and I will try to get to it. And if you would like a private session, yes, I do offer those. You can go to my website. All the information is there. It's tonig.info, ToniG.info. And there is a link in the bio below. Okay. I am going to go to 828. 828, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Is that me?
Yes, it is.
Hello?
It's you. Hello. How are you?
Okay, I haven't done this in a long time.
It's okay.
I'm calling right now from Western Massachusetts.
Okay. And how can I help you, love?
Well, this call.
Love, your phone. Wait,
However,
your
I
phone is.
want to know about if you have anything.
Your phone is.
I don't know how you work, but my personal question is about fees. And if there's any messages anyone has for me from other song affiliations.
Okay, so first and foremost, if you have me on a speakerphone of any kind, please take me off, because you're breaking up horribly. You're very gargled, and it's very difficult to understand what you're saying. And I want to make sure that I'm understanding your question or what you're wanting today. And if you're asking to connect with a loved one, I just need their first name and their relationship to you, and I'll do my best to help you. So if you could just please do that, that would be amazing. How can I help you, love?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that is a little better.
I have a lot of problems with my phone, so there's a lot of interference. I'm basically wondering if there's a message from someone, but I'm trying to just get some clarification on my keys. I pretty much know that it's part of a non-random harassment situation. I know who was around. I'm just wondering about strategy or just anything that I might do to affect the loss of my car keys. It's sort of been a whack-a-mole situation. Every day there's something new. I'm seriously harassed here, but the keys were not random. I know that because I've had 3 direct threats. So I'm just wondering about these keys, or if you get something else that you are guided to tell me, or anything or song, I welcome your delight.
Oh gosh, thank you. Okay, so the first thing I need to say to you, I'm going to tell you what I'm hearing. I am not the boss of you. If what I'm hearing and say to you resonates, then and you've been feeling this yourself, then you know you're on the right track. The first thing it's just one word that I'm hearing to start off with, and it's move. Now, I know moving is not always the easiest thing. If financially, emotionally, moving can be very difficult for people.
I've actually been trying to move since 2019, since a week within I got here.
Okay, so I'm going to do a clearing. I'm
You're
going to do a
correct.
couple clearings for you, love, just for you, anybody listening, anybody watching. We're going to just go into a little bit of clearings here. The first one is anything stopping or blocking us from relocating to a safe, healthy area has been cleared. I get a no. Anything stopping or blocking us from being able to move or relocate has been healed and cleared. I get a no. Let's heal, clear, release all of this. And I feel that pulling like right out of my neck and shoulder area, wherever you feel it is. Okay. The next one is any and all harassment from anybody else has been stopped, blocked, cleared, released. I get a no. Let's heal, clear, release that. Anyone harassing us has been removed from our existence. I get a no. I'm going to tell you, whatever this is, it is extremely toxic because I can't say that on air. It's just extremely toxic. And this person is, or whomever, whatever this is, it's just a very toxic element. And so we're going to ask that all that caused this, kept this, anything that is attached, any attachments or core, everything just be pulled out and taken away. And holy guaca freaking salsa mole. Whoo.
Yeah, they're based above me, apartment 5. They're listening now.
Awesome.
Tapping endlessly to create a neurochemical response. Anchoring it in.
The best thing.
We affirm that everything is removed as we have 2 or more gathered here.
I'm going to tell you the best thing for you to do is move. And sometimes in a rental situation, we cannot change our locks. So the best thing for you to do is move. The best thing is to just move and this is the exact message I'm getting for you. Prior to moving, get a PO box and forward all of your mail to a PO box. Then move and only leave your PO box as a forwarding address so no one can find you once you do move. The next thing that I'm getting for you is that you need to do this sooner rather than later. And I know it might be difficult, but even if you have to relocate a little further away, meaning another city and or whatever, wherever that is going to be the best resolution and solution for you.
I am open to anywhere that I can get to without a car that was also disabled. Yes, I am so strongly knowing that since for so long.
Okay.
But now we have a bunch of listeners on the air to smooth it along.
Now, I'm going to say to you, there are so many organizations, even some churches, not all churches, but organizations that help the disabled to find housing and to relocate to a new home. You have to look in your area to find organizations that will do that.
Just so you know, I'm the best at that, and I've been told that unless I have a criminal record, there's no help in this state. And also, basically, they pathologize the victim, whether it's fragrance allergy or direct derangement. And unless you are affected by a personal partner, you're not eligible for safe passages through any domestic violence.
Okay,
no one cares. That's why I'm here, because we are more powerful than all that.
Okay, so here's what I'm hearing, love. You don't have to go to an organization and say, I need to move because of A, B, and C. You can just say, this is not the right place for me and I need a new place. Can you please help me find a new place? And I find that sometimes when you go to certain churches, they will post on their boards if they have availability, if they have places available and stuff. Um, and I feel like that's,
Yeah, unfortunately, there's like 900 people homeless around here. But I do know if I was on drugs and alcohol, there'd be a faster.
yeah, I get it. I really do. I get it. I can't help somebody who comes up with something against everything I say. I can't help you if every time I say something, you're going to tell me a reason why that's not going to work for you. Then I just can't help you because you're not even letting me finish a sentence before you tell me why that's not going to work. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep you on mute. Okay. So you can listen. And what I'm saying to you is very important. Don't tell people why you need to move. Just find people who can help you move. Go to organizations and or churches and look at the bulletin boards and see who has something available. Now, if you start telling them people are out to get you, even if people are out to get you, they're just going to think you're crazy and they don't want that problem. Nobody wants someone who is coming in with this issue. Okay. So don't tell them about that. If you're moving, you're leaving that so far behind that it doesn't matter. It's completely cut off, and you're not taking that energy with you. It'll no longer be an issue. You just need to start thinking about the place you want to be and what you want that energy to be in. Now, if you're, and I said this, and please listen with your ears and not with your brain because your brain is going to respond. I need you to listen with your ears. If you're in an area where there is no housing and there are homeless people and nobody's going to help you, I said you might have to move further out, meaning not in your neighborhood, not in your city, maybe even not in your state. And yes, you don't have a vehicle, but if you meet with the right people, if you get in the right energy and you start looking for the solutions without bringing the problem with you, the right people will appear. They may even volunteer to help you move and your things and to a new location. You can't solve your problem with your problem. You can't, love. I'm sorry, you can't solve your problem with your problem. If you're telling everybody about your problem, it's accentuating your problem. Only talk about the solution. I need to be in a new location. A new location is coming to me now. And I'm not saying your problem isn't real, but I am going to say this. If you go for a job interview and all you do is complain about your past boss and what an SOB he was, the new boss is not going to hire you. No. So when you look at a place, don't tell them about all the problems that you're having here because they might think, is that true? Were they the problem or is she a complainer? So you go in and you say, you know what, this just isn't the right space for me. I need to move into a new space for whatever reason, and work from that point of view. And I hope that you find something and that the clearings help you and they get you where you need to be. And I don't know how else that can work for you. Okay. I hope that it does. Okay, I'm going to go directly to the next caller, 831. 831, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Karen. I'm calling from where I am now is Florida.
Okay, Karen.
Toni, I was wondering if you could contact my brother Mark, who's on the other side, and I'm wondering how he died.
Okay, Mark was the energy I instantly feel is very strong. Like he was a very his energy like was very, at least at one point, very strong. Is that accurate? Like I feel like when I'm tapping into
I'm not sure.
you don't know if your brother was a
I
strong
was
person or not?
no, I was estranged from him for many years. But I
Okay.
know that he died, and I'm just wondering if you can tell me how he died.
Well, okay. I'm hearing accident. And I'm you uh here's what I'm going to say. Um Sometimes when we want to connect with someone on the other side, they're not going to give us all the information that we want for whatever reason, and that's up to them, and that's not up to me to break that barrier. Um I am going to say in this particular case, the only thing I'm hearing is accident, and I hope that brings you peace.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Oh, we're going to go to 330. 330, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Michelle from Ohio.
Hey, Michelle, how can I help you today?
So I was wondering if you see anything concerning with the recent MRI I just had.
Yes. The answer I get is yes. Can I ask what part of the body they did an MRI on?
The brain.
Yeah, I should have I'm sorry. That's what I was hearing. Um, I was hoping I was wrong though. I was really hoping I was wrong. Um, the next question I'm going to ask is this going to resolve? Like, do they have something that can resolve, heal, correct this? And I hear yes. So whatever is going on, I hear the word neurological. I'm not, I just for the sake of the show, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not giving medical advice. Okay. Um, this will be able to be resolved. It might take some time though. I'm also hearing, and again, this is what I'm hearing. Whatever you do is up to you. I'm hearing get your information from the MRI and the doctors, but also look at like naturopaths and alternative methods and make them work together if you're comfortable with that. Um, you might find some really good answers from both sides of the fence, and working them together might help you resolve this much more quickly or help to put you in the place you want to be much more quickly. Okay, love?
Okay.
I do feel like
glad to hear.
if this is what I'm going to tell you. If your doctors say this is it and there's only this solution, or this is it and this is it forever, they're wrong. That's why they're asking you to step outside of that and look into like a naturopath or a something else. So I'm just going to repeat this story because I think it's so worth repeating and it's so important. There was a gentleman, and this was on news. They interviewed him on the news. Okay. And he had cancer and it had progressed very badly through his whole entire body. And he was stage 4. They told him, go home, call hospice, make your final arrangements. Good luck to you. Okay. So he goes home and he's talking to a vet, and the vet gives him a prescription for a dog dewormer. And I always massacre the name of this, and it's either fembendazole, benfen something. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't. It was just a dog dewormer. It was just a dewormer that you would normally give your dog. And
Okay.
he started taking it, and all of the cancer cleared from his body. And on top of that, he has been cancer free for like 4 years. And there is a whole school of people who believe MS, cancer, um, you name it, it could be something like that going on in the body. Now, whatever they find, I'm not saying that that's it for you. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just showing an example of here's what they said, and now here's what you have an option to go look at. I feel like if you look at alternatives to whatever the doctor says, you're going to have a lot more hope, and you'll be able to completely resolve the issue regardless of what the medical MD says. The hospital, I'm going to call it the hospital MD says. Did everybody see that flash of light when I said that? I love it. I have no lights on, and all my shades are closed so that we don't get like bad lighting or mixed lighting. So when you guys see that flash, that is spirit saying, "Doo, doo," or whatever spirit is saying. I'm going to tell you, naturopaths, even acupuncturists that do herbal stuff, whatever it is that you decide or find or research, please be very open to it. And I feel like you are going to be very happy because you will have hope, and you'll realize this isn't a life sentence. It's something that can be resolved from the body. Okay.
Okay, because two of the things that I was concerned about, especially, I'd like to say that I'm not old. At 45, is Parkinson's and dementia are the two things that I was concerned about. Because I know that there was stuff found on the MRI. I just am waiting for the call from the doctor. He won't be in until next week.
Okay, what I would say to you, okay, so I'm gonna try to not get in trouble here. There are, for every medicine, every prescription out there comes from a natural component. So they look at what nature has done to heal this, and they put it in a pharmaceutical to try to emulate it and make money off of it. And they can't use the natural thing because you can't patent what nature has made. They've tried to emulate marijuana, and they can't. And that's why they finally broke down, and they're doing what they're doing now. But if they could emulate marijuana, that would be the biggest prescription they would be sending to everybody. Now, here's what I'm going to say. No matter what they say, if you're willing to change your mind about it, and change your mind about what it means to you or how it will affect you, and change your mind about the fact that it's a life sentence, you will find the person or the people that can help you
90 seconds.
resolve this. And they keep using the word, this can be resolved. Okay, so please pay attention to that. Okay, love? It can be resolved.
I will.
Resolved. Okay, so make sure you're doing your due diligence and researching all of it, not just what the medical society is putting out, but all of the science. Okay,
60 seconds. I've been doing that for like the last couple of years since I've started dealing with this. And I'm also a nurse, so I'm very big into understanding the bigger picture and every different component involved. So, yeah, I definitely do my due diligence with research and just trying to learn as much as I can.
Excellent.
Before making decisions or jumping to conclusions. But I have to say this time I've been pretty scared.
Okay.
So
I'm really sorry. I have like 10 seconds left on the show. Please, I can't. I just need to. I need to say to you, thank you for calling in, and I'm sorry that I had to do that. Don't be afraid because fear
10 seconds.
exaggerates. Will make it worse. Go to faith. Go back to faith. Go back to your spirit, your highest self, and listen to that. I want to thank everybody for joining me. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm going to answer YouTube questions and we will chat again soon, Monday at noon.